I have another question addressed to the mayoral candidates. They're going to keep busy this evening. How will you involve teenagers in giving a say in what happens for youth in the community?
Well, that's probably a good one, and I think probably one thing that we lack in our municipality is bring the youth in. We tried quite a few years ago to do a youth center, and only a few people showed up, and they didn't really seem to want to be organized. They just wanted a place to go hang out. And so this coming term, I do believe we need to find a place for them, because it's very tough to get them involved in getting in politics, because it's so removed from them. But I've got a few youth on my team this year, and looking forward to it, and they are getting more involved in politics. But as we've tried, but we'll try and try again. We've had all the youth from every school invited to a meeting 3 years ago, and it was the same story every time. When's the theater? When's the movie theater coming? And that's about it. So we will work with them this coming year, but it's very tough sometimes to get them involved.
I guess I have an advantage here that I'm closest to our youth. Many of them I have employed for us or at our family farm. As well, I think the fundamental thing is we just need to listen to them. And when we do listen to them and give them what they ask, not to take it away like what we've done with our skate park. I remember many years ago, a good friend of ours had passed away, and we had all gotten together and raised thousands of dollars to create a skate park, but shortly after it was taken away. I think that we need to put our public figures more often in schools. Another good public figure that I grew up with was Terry Bowes, who sadly passed away. When I sat on student council, it was always an honor to go to school and to see Mr. Bowes, take him into the staff room to get his coffee. And then again, when he came to the auditoriums, that he was well known. I think we need more representation of our politicians in our schools so that when our children see them within the streets, that they know who they are and they're not afraid to ask questions and confront them with what they like to see done in their township. Again, we just need to listen and then help and tell both sides of the story. Thank you.
Well, I might not be closest to the youth in age, but I have 3 of them. And I have to say, in order to engage the youth, I've always seen them as needing a place. And when I was a parent with my young girls, I was active in the Stouffville Parents of Teens at Latcham Hall, and we had all kinds of different events with the kids. I got involved with Strawberry Festival to run youth events. That's how I got hooked, I guess. Then, as of most recent, I look at what had happened. I believe it was the town of Richmond Hill, and they actually had a youth ambassador who sat as a council member with council and received the same agendas. I would like to reinstate that, instate that here in Stouffville. Have the schools put out a contest to provide us with one student who would be an ambassador on council.
I have 2 grown daughters, as I said earlier. One's 15, almost 16. She'll be 16 on October 9th. And I have a 17-year-old daughter. And I have about 12 to 14 other ones that call me mom. I think the kids these days, they're wonderful, but the biggest thing is that they don't feel respected, and obviously that's because they don't feel heard. The most important thing for us is to get out there, have chats with them. I let them speak openly to me. They talk to me about everything concerning the drugs, concerning their parents, concerning police, concerning the environment. If we listen to our kids, they actually make sense. We were kids before, and we probably felt the same way, that we weren't heard. We have to open our ears. We have to close our mouths and listen. We've got 2 ears, 1 mouth.